What's up, guys? Now with another video, and we'll be taking another look at a scenario where civilization has restarted. Now, last episode we did see a lot happen, like a war between Spain, the Black Team, and of course Naples. But that doesn't really matter for now because we'll see a bigger war happen in the future. Now, we already know the coalition that formed if the Naples team attacks anybody, obviously. But right now, we'll head to Asia and see this little Cyan team expand into this island. And now they're just expanding, doing their thing. And now the Cyan team is kind of like a coast island line dominant power. So that's probably a little good for them. And we'll also see something crazy happen right now. We'll see the Naples teams go ahead and declare a war on that Germany-ish, or like Germany, Polandish team. So, yeah. So, as we see, we just see them expand all throughout this area right here. So, yeah. They declared war on France. And now they should have sent another division towards out Spain, but they didn't, which is gonna really mess them up because Spain is definitely gonna send aid to do anything to stop this Naples team. Plus, you gotta mention the UK. It isn't really a power; it hasn't been in wars, but they are gonna send some powerful aid to France right there, and watch them put BTA. So now Naples is getting kicked out, and they are used to be powerful power, but now they're about to collapse like Rome. And you're just gonna see them get pushed back a lot. And now you see Germany, lime green team, I don't know. But we'll see France push on the offensive. It go all the way down to those what used to be islands, or at least. And now we'll try to see Germany, of course, try to push back and kind of like destroy this country because they're like, hey, buddy, it's kind of over for ya, so just give up. But they are still not going to forfeit. They are still not going to forfeit, which probably sucks. And so we'll see them running back. We'll see them say, hey, we want it. Come bring it. And we'll see them push it all right there. And we'll see this green team get some room on the capital and start sending troops. Now, this is kind of bad for this team right here, for Naples right now, since, they just lost a war, but they were supposed to be a dominant power, strong power over freaking Europe. And they just lost that power because of a coalition that they really struck out joy. So we'll already start seeing the green team trying. Let me just get a better color. And so now we see Naples, and we see this green team getting dangerously close to their capital. And we'll just see the French team try to end it right here, make Naples surrender. And as you can see, as troops come in, more troops come in. As you see the gold team, we just give them some territory that they lost because my pen. So, and we'll just see the gold team expand really throughout, and they're gonna expand throughout that green team to get revenge. And with the surprise invasion, they don't know what's gonna happen. They didn't know that they were gonna invade them. They thought, and this forces this little country right there to surrender. Like, come on. Now let's take a look at the treaty. And you're gonna see them split the land just like so. And this is what the treaty is gonna look like. The France team is obviously gonna get probably the most out of this treaty, since they did kind of do the most. And you gotta get them at first. They have to push back. And they probably have to send the most aid, so it's kind of fair. You're just going to see the Italian peninsula get chewed down here. So let me just continue this one. I fill in all of it. So now the treaty looks like this. They got all their land from the treaty. And now the gold team is really threatening any other capitals, which is going to cause all three of these nations, the gold team, the green team, and the Nepal's team, to all change their capital because they're like, hey, too much of a risk, alright? Too much of a risk. Just in case any of them try to invade each other, they're all just going to change their capital for that reason. And just like so, they're going to change their capital all the way to the south. But even if Nepal's changed their capital to the south, it wouldn't really make much of a difference, since they're still going to be pretty much right by them. So, yeah, Nepal is going to change their capital. They're going to change their capital to the south. As you can see, it's not going to make much of a difference. They should probably change it to buy Africa more. And yeah, so we'll just take a look at Africa right here and see a little expansion by the purple team right here. And as you see, they're going to expand pretty fast, as they're like, hey, we almost have all of South Africa and almost all of Africa under control. If we could just keep this up, we'll be a superpower, you know? We could be stronger than the freaking red team. They're like, oh, heck no, you are not being stronger than us. We are not letting that happen, so sorry, we have to take your land, unfortunately. And as you see, it's not going to start a war, but they're just going to take this V-shaped land. They're going to be like, yeah, sorry, we're cutting you off. And the purple team's like, oh yeah, we cannot fight another war. That is going to be way too long and way too dreadful, as we just lost troops in the last war. And plus the red team probably doesn't want to fight a war either, but they probably know that they'll win it. They're just trying not to risk it right now, because if they did, they would probably lose the next war they fought, especially if they fight a country like Egypt. That's kind of a powerhouse right now, currently. So, yeah. Anyways, we'll see West Africa expand their land more into Africa, trying to just get to South Africa, as they've been trying since episode 2, I think, episode 3. That's how long they've been trying, and finally, on episode 8, they are gonna get it. And now they finally reached South Africa, but then they realized that they basically waited too long, and now they can't get really anything. And now Africa is getting more closed in and shaped in. And I think the red team is done exploring into Africa, because then revolution is definitely going to be really high. See the black team expand, and we're going to see the gold team expand a little bit. And again, Spain, you're going to just try to cut them off from any Middle African expansion. Then they know if they get into a war, Spain could definitely probably win that and get some territory, valuable territory for themselves. Now, we look at the map, and we'll be taking a look at the nation over here. And we will see the first rebellion, which is in India. Now, India just lets it happen because they're like, no way that we're fighting another war. And India is just like, oh, chill about it. They do not care at all, because they do not want to be in any conflict right now, especially after the events that just appeared in Europe. So now we'll see this blue team try to expand their land. Oh, really? Just expand, like just say, hey, give us independence, or else we'll influence other regions to get independence. So the scientists like, you can't influence other regions to get independence. I'd like to see you try. And so they're just going to start pushing them back in, making sure that they're a part of them. Now, if we take a look at the stability map, you'll see that that region is red. Not red like that country, but still, it can be influenced and it can rebel. So if it does rebel, the society can't be focusing on way too many stuff, and they'll probably end up rebelling. as you can see. So now you see this new country. As you see this country right here, they are going to end up rebelling. And the Cyan team is going to be like, not cyan, but this kind of bluish, light bluish team is just sky blue. They're like a sky blue. And you're just going to see them, give them independence. And that's going to make the blue team obviously get independence. So now with the blue team getting independence, this is going to probably start the first unification. Because just like in episode 7, I talked about how the blue team and the cyan team, the blue team, well, the team you just seen rebel was gonna unite all these countries if they rebel. So like the country that rebelled in India, the country that rebelled in the Sky Blue team, and the other country that rebelled in the Sky Blue team. Oops. And since they're rebelling, they're just gonna, unite into one big country, and then they'll be like super big, and then they'll be super strong and be super rich at the same time. So that's gonna make a lot of Asian powers furious and probably form a coalition alliance, or China would probably try to join their side. But that's a story for a different day, and if I decide to make them unite or not. So now you're going to see them get all this territory over here, and you're going to see China finish up these touches. And so, oopsies, we'll just see a look at the map as of right now. As you see, the West African team kind of surrounded the red team. And will that start a war? Who knows? Because even though if West Africa wanted a war, that would be kind of dumb, since their troops are probably all the way in their capital and more to the region where their capital is. So, yeah, that was a pretty dumb idea. If the red team does go to war, probably just expand a little bit around it so they can make their borders look better. And I think we're going to end the video here, and see you in the next video of What If Civilization Restarted.